Take a moment to talk about obesity, but I want to focus on the implications that obesity has for our brain and how we perform mentally. And so there is a wealth of data that suggests that obesity has multiple effects on our brain, our mental health, our cognition, our mental performance, and none of those are good, as you might surmise. And so, here are a few snippets of things that obesity is associated with when it comes to mental health, mental performance. And so, the question, when you look at all these things together, obviously obesity, there's no such thing as being obese and being healthy. I think that's a misnomer. You might not be acutely sick, but it's definitely compromising you, not only in a physical way and putting you at risk for a whole host of other diseases, but it also compromises your capacity to function and to think, as a human. And then you wonder, we talk about, things like 25th Amendment for presidents, and when people are clearly showing signs of diminished cognitive ability, as we saw in our last administration with Joe Biden clearly suffering from that, is that problematic? And would obesity also be a contraindication, or at least put up some warning flags? And we've seen some very, very obese politicians out there that clearly are suffering from a lot of these things. And you have to wonder, how does it impact their decision-making capacity? And if we put these people in prominent roles which impact all of us, could you make the argument that maybe a airplane pilot should not be obese? And I think there are some standards. I may be wrong on that, but I believe there's some standards on this. And so it's not just a matter of personal choice or personal freedom, or, this is body positivity thing. These are things that, depending upon the position someone's in, could have impacts for many, many other people. People making decisions for you and I, and yet their brain might be compromised in ways due to, things like significant obesity. Now, the good news is that it can be reversed, and when you fix obesity, a lot of these issues improve. However, the longer you are obese, the longer and the more likely these symptoms are to be problematic. And so if you have kids and you're allowing your children to become obese, and yes, that is your fault. If your children are obese, it is, as a parent, it is your fault. It's no one else's fault. It's not society's fault. It is your fault, and you need to figure out and know how to do that. First, you need to fix yourself so that you can be an example for your children and understand how it is. I understand some of you are in a difficult situation. You got there for whatever reason, but it is literally something that is, when I talk to people and they want to worry about, what about this biomarker or this and that, and I say the first thing you got to do is take care of that excess adiposity, the belly fat you have. That's probably one of the biggest, most important things you can do when it comes to overall health. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this message, but it needs to be out there. It's the truth. Obesity is not good on many fronts, but many people don't realize that there is such thing as the obese brain, and it is not a healthy brain. All right, let me know what you guys think. Take care.